Hi everyone, and welcome to the Shingletown Wells Iron and Manganese Treatment Upgrades Virtual Public Consultation Center number 3, hosted by the Region of Waterloo as part of a Schedule C Municipal Class Environmental Assessment. My name is Ken Zhao, and I work for R.V. Anderson, a company that will be assisting the region in conducting the class environmental assessment. I'll be narrating the presentation today. Before we begin, some housekeeping notes. This video is available on the Region of Waterloo website as of February 10th, 2021. On the Region website, there is also a transcript of this presentation and a PDF copy of the slides, as well as the contact information for Nicole Cepeda and Kirk Voronick of the project team. If you have any questions or comments on the presentation, please send them to Nicole or Kirk, or fill out a comments form provided on the Region website and submit it to the project team. With that, let's get started. The goals of this virtual public consultation center are as follows. Provide background information on the Shingletown wells, present the preliminary facility size requirements and potential locations, provide the evaluation criteria for the potential facility locations, evaluate the locations for the iron and manganese treatment facility, and answer any questions you may have and provide you with an opportunity to get involved in the project. Please note that comments received during the study will be used to help identify a preferred location for the iron and manganese treatment facility for the Shingletown wells. To better understand the project, we asked the following 3 questions. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And what does it mean to you? To answer the first, the region is planning upgrades to the Shingletown wells to provide treatment for iron and manganese. This study will look at the best ways to complete these upgrades. Why are we doing it? Aesthetic objectives are targets we meet when treating water for taste, odor, and color. The province is expected to lower aesthetic drinking water objectives for manganese in the near future, meaning we'll have to increase treatment. The Shingletown wells have been identified as requiring upgrades to meet these future aesthetic objectives. We're taking steps now to ensure we're ready to meet these objectives. What does it mean to you? These upgrades will require a new building for the treatment equipment. It is expected additional property at the region's existing water supply site or a new site will be required. There is no change in the amount of water being taken from the Shingletown wells. The preferred treatment alternative has been identified earlier in this study as oxidation and filtration, and the preferred residual management alternative was identified as a backwash equalization tank with supernatant recycling and haulage of settled solids. Once we implement these alternatives, the Shingletown wells, also known as the K50, K51, and K52 wells, will pump water towards the filtration system with media that helps remove the iron and manganese. On the way, chlorine is added to the water to oxidize the iron and manganese particles. The iron and manganese particles are trapped within the filtration system as the water continues to the distribution system and eventually to your taps. To clean the filtration system and remove the iron and manganese particles, the filters are backwashed. The backwash water contains iron and manganese particles and is stored in a backwash equalization tank. After enough time to allow for settling, most of the water separates, also known as supernatant, while the solids will thicken to become settled solids. The settled solids are hauled off-site, while the supernatant can be mixed with the newly pumped well water and sent through the filtration system. Based on the preferred treatment and residual management approach, an approximate site layout was determined. The new site should have space for adequate property setbacks, driveway, parking, landscaping, and a construction laydown area. The estimated property area required is 75 meters long and 75 meters wide. There is not enough space on the existing site for a new treatment facility. Potential options for a new site were identified based on the land size required for the new building and driveway, vehicle access to the new site, distance to the existing Shingletown wells and water mains, local environmental features, cultural heritage features, areas of archaeological potential, and current and potential future land uses. Archaeological potential is the likelihood that a property contains archaeological resources. Potential alternatives were screened to develop a short list of potential location options for detailed evaluation and are shown on the map. The potential alternatives include Location 1, located west of the existing site, Location 2, located south of the existing site, and Location 3, located east of the site. Environmental field investigations were completed at the 3 locations identified to observe the local wildlife and vegetation. Given the current land uses and proximity to the roadway, all 3 locations would be minimally impacted by the construction of a new iron and manganese facility. No species at risk impacts were anticipated at any of the 3 locations. The map shown shows the Grand River Conservation Authority's regulation limits and the different vegetation and aquatic habitats. An initial review indicates that all 3 locations retain archaeological potential. Field investigations will be completed at the detailed design stage for the recommended location to determine if there are any items on the property of archaeological importance. At this stage, all 3 sites were considered to have equal archaeological potential. The potential locations for an iron and manganese facility will be evaluated according to the criteria shown below, with each of the 4 categories being considered equally. The highest overall score will identify the preferred location. The 4 categories include the technical category, which includes the following criteria: provides reliable service, meets current and future needs, aligns with existing and planned infrastructure, aligns with existing and future land uses, aligns with approval and permitting process, manages and minimizes construction risks, ability to adapt to climate change. The social category, which includes the following criteria: protects health and safety, minimizes impacts to residents and businesses related to noise, odor, traffic, and aesthetics. It minimizes impacts to businesses, manages and minimizes construction impacts, protects cultural heritage features, protects archaeological features. The financial category, which includes the criteria, provides low life cycle costs. The natural environment category, which includes the following criteria: protects environmental features, protects wildlife and species at risk, protects groundwater, streams, and rivers, minimizes climate change impacts. This location is along Bleams Road, approximately 250 meters west of the existing site. The location is described as agriculture, specifically row crops. The advantage of this location is that the removal of agriculture at this location has minimal impact on wildlife. The disadvantages of this location are: it has the longest distance from existing well site. Crossing of the local tributary is required to connect the location to existing wells. It is partially located in Grand River Conservation Authority regulated area. It has the largest potential social impact due to it being the closest to existing houses in the area. It has the highest life cycle cost due to distance from existing walls and construction required in the roadway. This location is along Bleems Road, approximately 85 meters south of the existing site. The location is described as agriculture, specifically row crops. The advantage of this location is that the removal of agriculture at this location has minimal impact on wildlife. The disadvantages of this location are: construction within the roadway increases complexity. It is a medium distance from existing well site. Crossing of local tributary within Grand River Conservation Authority regulated area required to connect location to existing wells. It has a moderate potential social impact based on its medium distance from nearby houses. It has a moderate life cycle cost due to distance from existing wells and construction required in roadway. This location is along Bleems Road, approximately 30 meters east of the existing site. The location is described as agriculture, specifically pasture. The advantages of this location are: it has the shortest distance to existing well site. It is adjacent to the existing wells, which offers more flexibility for construction and operation. It has the lowest life cycle cost due to proximity to the existing wells. It has the smallest potential social impact due to it being the farthest to existing houses in the area. The disadvantages of this location are: it is partially located in Grand River Conservation Authority regulated area. Pasture provides a potential wildlife habitat. After evaluating the different locations based on the technical, natural environment, social, and cultural, and financial considerations, Location 3, the property located to the east of existing site, has been identified as the preliminary preferred location for the new iron and manganese facility. Location 3 had the best score and is the preferred location for the new iron and manganese treatment facility. This location is closest to existing well site, the furthest from local residences, and has the lowest life cycle cost. The steps for this project are summarized on this slide. The project team has completed the background review as presented in Public Consultation Center number 1. Public Consultation Center number 2 has been completed, which presented the development, evaluation, and identification of the preferred treatment and residual management alternative. At this time, we're presenting Public Consultation Center number 3 to present the development and evaluation of alternative locations. The next steps of this project will be to prepare the environmental study report to document the project information and decision-making process. As part of the reporting, there is a 30-day period for public review of the environmental study report. There are several stages for this project that will need to be completed before the new facility is complete. The following is an estimate of the project timeline. This timeline may change as the project progresses. As part of the conceptual design, which will take place in 2021, the region needs to acquire land based on the preferred location. A geotechnical investigation used to look at the properties of the soil at the site will be conducted, involving the drilling of several boreholes. The detailed design will take place from 2023 to 2026 and include several investigations which will be conducted to support the detailed design, including a site survey and an archaeological assessment. The exterior look of the building and the landscaping will be determined during detailed design. Construction is estimated to take place between 2027 and 2029. The facility constructed will likely be a one-story building. The site will include a paved road and landscaping to match the surrounding area. Do you have any questions, comments, or want to stay up to date? please fill out a comment form or contact either Nicole Zapata from the region of Waterloo or Kirk Voronick from RV Anderson. Again, the contact information is available on this slide and on the region website. More information, including copies of project notices and public consultation center materials, like a transcript of this virtual presentation, can be found at the Region of Waterloo's website. Thank you very much for your participation in the virtual public consultation center. The project team really appreciates it.